Hello, hello. Welcome to episode 20. Is it 27 or 26? I forget.
27.
27.
55.
55.
50.
55.
Yes.
Welcome to episode 27
Hello.
of Uncalled for, where Weston is dead. Can we get a moment of silence for Weston?
Rip.
That's all he deserves. So we have Logan filling in with his spot, and now no one's in Logan's spot. So I guess it's it's what? Uncalled 4 minus 1.
Triple triad.
So
Plus 1, minus 1.
yeah, like it's
We lost Weston, gained a Logan, lost a Logan.
addition by subtraction or addition by addition. Does that even make
Could be.
sense?
So, that's what we got.
3 plus 1 in the chamber.
Don't forget the one in the chamber. Anyways, every single Monday night we get together here at twitch.tv/Huge Media Studios and we just talk random nonsense. And
Take a breath, man.
Jeez. I'm just drinking my milkshake.
it's a Jamocha.
Because it brings all the
So
boys
much.
together.
They're
Is
like,
it better than his?
I don't know.
No, mine's definitely better. Mine's vanilla. It's better than Jamocha. But anyways, we actually don't have a fourth topic to cover Weston. So,
We have a good one.
oh, did you guys come up with one together?
Yeah.
Is it anime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God dang it. Get it over with.
No.
Oh.
That's
No,
best
just
for
get it
last.
over with.
Best for last.
Get it over
Yeah,
with.
best for
I'll do
last.
mine.
Okay.
All right, we'll start off. As you know, Brilliant Diamond Shine Pearl came out.
Love it.
So, my topic's literally just your first impressions. You liking it? What are you guys doing? Nothing
I
yet?
love it. The art style is phenomenal. A lot of people are complaining about it. I don't know why. I think it's fantastic. The only thing that has kind of bugged me so far is it seems like some things they decided to modernize and make it like Sword and Shield, but then like other things they just were like, no, like we're not going to. You know, it's like they went back to the old school mechanics. Like TMs now are one-time use again. I got so used to it being
They give
multiple
you a
times.
lot of them, though.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, I mean, you get 3 for some. Like I don't think I've gotten more
Yeah,
than 3 of
they're
one
really
yet.
they're really accessible like in the underground and post game stuff.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay, well then that
That's
solves
what
that
I've
issue
heard
then
at
too.
least.
Okay.
They're much cheaper in March too.
Mhm.
Like you can get some that are usually like 3,500 or something for like 1,000.
Oh, well, it's not bad then. So I guess that takes my complaint
Yeah,
away.
There's still a few that are like 5,000, but
Logan Snapchatting.
those are.
I was gonna put it on my story.
those are- But those are usually
Mhm.
10 grand or upwards.
Okay,
Yeah.
So they did lower the prices a little bit. I noticed.
got you. Yeah, because
And they give more money too.
I had so much money.
Like you start off with $8,000. So
yeah, I mean, I bought like 30
yeah, you brought
Pokeballs.
30 Pokeballs even if you start off with 20.
Yeah, and I didn't know you start out with 20 because normally you start out with like 5 or 10.
Yeah, they're very generous about that stuff.
Yeah,
nowadays.
they were incredibly generous with that. One
Which
thing that
like a lot.
I had to laugh though, because I mean, some of the things it's almost like they didn't test it well. I don't know if you've noticed this at all, but I've seen videos of some people just getting stuck in corners, like they can't move, and the autosave has screwed them, and they soft lock their game because they can't move anywhere.
Corners?
Yeah, so like there's one spot in particular where there's an NPC. So like there's
I know
this.
in one of the gyms you can get soft.
This isn't a town, but like there's a spot where it's 2 blocks wide, and there's a guy standing 1 block away from a wall, right, or from a corner.
Yeah.
So if you go in his left side with somebody following you, then the person, you get stuck on the person and you can't move, like you're stuck there. It's hard to explain, kind of, I guess, but
kind of clipping like that is really bad in this game.
yeah.
So just movement, like running through the world and stuff. Like the models like have a nice area where it's just like invisible
Yeah.
wall that you can't run into, and you get stuck on random things a lot. Like I don't know, movement in the game isn't great.
Yeah, like
It's alright.
don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, I love the game.
It's alright.
I
you know,
adore it.
but
And I told Logan last night, he was over here
be
playing it.
cleaner.
Oh, it absolutely could be. But one thing I noticed that I actually really liked, and it's weird, is you still have the option to walk like you did on the DS. Like you can still use the D-pad to walk, and then you have to hold down B to sprint. And I just, for whatever reason, I love that. I don't know why. It's like it's nostalgic feeling. Like I don't play with it ever, but like for the 30 seconds that I did it, I was like, you know what, this takes me back.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool. Just one of those little
It
things.
is kind of cool. I do like that. I think, yeah, I love it. I really, enjoying the game. It's pretty much exactly what I thought it was going to be, and and some, honestly. I'm having a lot more fun in the underground than I was expecting to. There's a lot of really cool mechanics that I completely forgot about in Gen 4. And also just, I've never technically played Diamond and Pearl. I played Platinum, and there's a lot more differences in them than I thought they were.
Really?
Some I'm a little bummed about. I was kind of hoping they'd bring a bit more Platinum things in than they did. Mainly just a few, like, quality of life features, like having Rotom available right away instead of waiting till post-game to get it. Another one.
Oh, he's available right away?
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not.
In Platinum, he is. In Platinum,
Okay.
Is he in the underground available? Though?
No.
I
So
have so many of those statues.
so in Platinum, the way you had him, it was the same in Diamond and Pearl. It's you just go to the Ultra Chateau and there's a TV, and you interact with the TV and you get the encounter for Rotom. But so in Platinum, as soon as you can get there, which is once you get cut, you can get him. But in the original Diamond and Pearl, it was you have to wait till you have the Pokedex completed. So you just have to have seen all 150 or whatever it is of the Sinnoh-Dex, and then you can go get that encounter. And sadly, that's how it is in this, which makes sense, I guess, because it's Diamond and Pearl Remix, not Platinum. But they did incorporate some Platinum elements, and I was kind of hoping that would be one of them, along with the fact that Gligar, you can't get the Razor Fang until post game. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna get Gliscor. I'm gonna have to find somebody that has one that can trade me one.
They don't have the home update yet.
No, and that's the thing,
But
and
if
I'm
they
not
did, I could
waiting.
just give you one.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing too. I could give myself one,
Right.
but it's like
Yeah, when is that update going to come out?
probably not till
2022.
yeah. It's
early.
probably. I bet you it's gonna come out when Legends Arceus has theirs. They're just
Okay.
gonna put all in one, home update. But yeah, other than that, no, like I'm loving it. I really like the aesthetic is very pleasing. It's very it's a lot better than I think I originally had anticipated. Like I kind of was on the train like, oh, it's gonna be just like Sword and Shield, but
Yeah.
in Sinnoh. But I'm so glad they took it this route and went to the 2D style, this chibi style. Like I think that just
makes sense if they did. They
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
It's an older game where it was like that. The map is made to look like that. There's no point in having a full Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Gameplay.
Yeah, and
it's dumb.
And that's the thing too. It's like people are like, well, they did it with the 3DS games in Gen 3. It's like, well, yeah, but also those are still 2D, like top down. Like there's kind of this same chibi style. It's just like a different art style. Like they're giant head characters, and like it's still like the 2D like top down style.
Let's be real though. Like Sword and Shield is not realistic art anyway.
No,
No,
but I
exactly.
love that art style as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I really, really like that too.
Yeah,
I told Logan last night
I think it works perfectly well.
with this art style. I told Logan last night, I'm like, how does anyone put a shirt on? Like, there's no way they're fitting their head through the neck hole.
it's like an artistic representation of the world because
No, I know. I just
because
just a
obviously
joke.
the real characters are in the battles. Like that's how they actually look.
I do really like the art style though, because I loved it in Link's Awakening, and it's very similar to that.
It is very similar to that.
And I thought that art style when I played that for the first time, I was like, this is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like for whatever reason, it was super cute. They weren't going for realism. They knew what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
They knew the art style they wanted to go for, and they nailed it.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
so good.
And like just a lot of the lighting stuff is awesome. I love I was talking to Jordan. It's like joking and calling it ray tracing because it's like literally some of the reflections look super clean. Like you walk in the Pokemon Center and it's like, yes, I know it's not ray tracing.
I explained it to him last night.
But like obviously it looks like it's just like everything looks really clean. Like
Yeah, it looks great.
so.
The art style is phenomenal. One thing I am looking forward to though, what's that?
It looks great for Switch.
Oh, it really does, yeah. One thing I'm looking forward to, and I was talking to Logan about this, is he was telling me the post-game stuff, like the gym leaders, you can go back and refight them, and then like after a certain number of times, they're competitive. Like
I think
you actually have to.
the first time you rematch them, they're actually competitively.
Oh,
better
is it the
teams.
first time you rematch?
I think
Okay,
so.
so
First or second.
after that though, they get competitive, and you actually can rematch them, and it gives you more stuff to do. Because I mean, usually with Pokemon games, like in Sword and Shield now, there's nothing for me to do in Sword and
Nope.
Shield except Shiny Hunt. Like,
Yeah.
what else am I going to do in that game?
Yeah.
This gives me a reason
Yep.
to get different teams set up and to do things like that, especially now with the underground stuff too. Because I mean, you can work on the secret bases. So once you, that was honestly, I know this is weird to say, probably one of my favorite parts of Emerald was they had the secret base, and I always picked the same one. Every single time I had the same secret base because it was huge and it was I liked it. I don't know why, but it was the same exact thing every single time, and I just adored it. Like, it was the best one. But that's beside the point. Like, the secret bases in this, I feel like I'm gonna get really, really into, because they weren't in Diamond and Pearl. The secret bases underground, were they?
They were.
Oh, they were.
They were. They were just really different.
Okay.
Yeah, the way they were in the original was like you put like traps and stuff down, and it was like the whole idea was that you would connect with a friend, and then you would play like capture the flag with your own bases, and like so you'd put traps throughout the underground that you could see, and then you would try to play capture the flag, and like your opponent who you're going against would like they'd hit the trap, and then like they'd spin out for a while or stuff like that. And
interesting. See, I guess I never had. Well, I had it, but I never had people to play it with.
Yeah.
So
no one else did either. Don't worry.
Yeah. So when it came to like the original Diamond and Pearl, for whatever reason, that part of my memory is just gone. Like I remember very few things about that game. I don't remember what starter I picked. I think it was Turtwig. But I couldn't tell you for sure. I remember that I spent a lot of time in the underground just riding my bike through it or whatever, just running through the underground area, not really even doing anything, just thinking it was cool that I was underground.
Yeah.
And I remember getting Spiritomb, thinking that was such a cool Pokemon. But other than that, I really don't remember anything.
Well, dang, you must have actually done quite a bit of stuff in the underground then with people, because
to talk to like what
32 different people to get Spiritomb.
Yeah, but didn't they have like fake people down there like they do in this one?
They're not like very common spawns.
Like I said, I spent a lot of time down there.
That's true.
It wasn't with real people. It was me just running around doing nothing.
You have to talk to, I think, 32 real people or unique NPCs.
Yeah, and I spent a lot of time down there.
Dang.
I never played the old games, so this is pretty fresh and new to me. I find it incredibly easy. Like the whole party experience share thing is ridiculous.
It is, and it's
ridiculous.
That's one complaint that I have, I guess, is the fact that
it makes it easy.
It's way too easy.
Super easy grinding, but like, holy crap,
yeah,
man.
It's so easy. Like, I have my whole team, and I only beat the second gym. Like, I'm not even to the third gym yet.
I'm like at fourth.
But my whole team right now is level 25 to 30. It's like, there's no reason why I should have a whole team of 25 to 30 at this point in as little time that I've played.
Well, I will tell you, though, this game is scaled differently than previous game. Like, it's not like you're going to be in the Elite Four and it's going to be 50s. It's literally... So, Cynthia's best Pokemon is 87.
Garchomp?
Yeah.
Who's Cynthia?
She's the champion.
Okay.
So her best Pokemon is 87. So that gives you... Like, the scaling's a bit higher than normal.
So you're going to be going into the Elite Four, like, you're going to need level hundreds.
Not need them. Like, I've beat it with... I think when I played Platinum, I beat it with, like, 60, 65 or something.
Just type advantage stuff.
Yeah, I just made sure I had something that could take the Garchomp.
Dude, I tell you what. The Alakazam that I have... Because Logan was over here yesterday, we were playing, and I caught an Abra, evolved it, and right before he left, we did the trade swap, and I got Alakazam. And that thing's, the nature of it raises its special attack, and I tell you what, man, that thing is one-shotting everything right now.
Well, it's going to one-shot anything anyway. It's
like
Alakazam.
Yeah, it is so good. And, like, I went through the entire second gym.
One-shotted, that's all we're saying.
With what?
Said you better one-shot the things, that's all I'm saying, because it's got no defense.
Yeah.
That's true. But the grass gym, I fought that last night. Mm-hmm. And the 3 trainers you have to battle before you can get to the gym leader, as well as the gym leader, I went through all of them and never took one hit, using nothing but, not even Psychic. I was using Confusion, because he doesn't know Psychic yet. That's a level 35 move. I looked it up. So I'm one-shotting every single Pokemon in every single gym. Or with that one, I guess,
with
and
my starter.
It's insane. Like, it's just such an easy game to play through, but at the same time, like, I don't really care too much because I love it. It's fun.
I'm looking. The challenge is more in the post game, and I can't wait till I get to that point, because I'm gonna like basically just gonna restart. Like, I'm gonna go from the beginning and just actually start breeding a competitive team and go, okay, fight the first gym, second gym, third gym, fourth gym, and so on, and kind of like re-experience the game.
Just a completely different way.
In a harder fashion. But
I feel like Pokemon should have a difficulty setting at the beginning. Like, hey, do you want to, like, are you a kid who doesn't really know what they're doing yet? Or have you been playing Pokemon for the last 20 years like I have? You know, like, I feel like that needs to be a setting on there.
I want it to be nice.
Just so that way, when you pick, it can be like, hey, like, do you want it to be difficult or no?
Yeah.
I would love if they had a difficulty setting on Pokemon games. Because, like I said, this one's insanely easy.
I hate that argument so much, but that's like one of the few games that I think would be okay in.
Mm-hmm. I'd agree with that.
Games,
otherwise, it's way too easy.
Once you play it once, you've played it.
That's why you do Nuzlocke. That's why people have like.
That's why Small Ant does what he does.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's why you do Nuzlocke. Like, that's why would you have to make up a whole different way to play it just to make it more difficult when they should just be able to be like, hey, we're gonna make it harder from the get go. Like, your Pokemon get less XP. There's no party share, and the gym leaders have harder Pokemon to fight. Like, it's such an easy thing to fix. I think.
Yeah.
And it's one setting. I don't know. Maybe you get like more money after each one to kind of offset, the fact that you're getting less XP, so you can buy like.
You can't use items in game or in battle or
Honestly, I think.
Well, no, I think you can use items in battle.
Just Nuzlocke settings, all the different things that you can like flip on in game, real games.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be sick. I think the solution I think would be just to be able to turn the XP share off.
That make things more normal.
Yeah.
To the other ones, I guess.
Yeah, and I actually don't like that.
I like it, but I don't like that. I like it. It's just way too easy.
See, I
don't like it at all.
I like it
the
for time
reason I like it, it's time constraint in the sense of like the Pokedex filling. Because right now I'm just having, since I don't have a full team, I only have really 2 Pokemon on my main team right now, and since I only have a few Pokemon, I'm putting Pokemon that I need to evolve at some point in my team, and they're just leveling up. Like, I just caught a female cone bee, and it evolves at level, I think, 20, I want to say. And so it's almost there, and it's almost a Vespiquen.
I get that, but I feel like that's something that you could do once you get like an XP all, which I loved that item back in the day, or like even an XP share. Like, it's just being able to.
It just makes it more convenient.
It makes it more convenient, but at the same time, I guess I'm going back to, I started they're right here, like on red, yellow, and gold. Like, I started on those, and I've played almost every game since, except for like the 3DS ones.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing in Pokemon that I wish that you could shut off, because I don't like it.
Yeah.
I miss the grinding aspect of it. I like playing those games through to grind it, And I feel like you're missing so much when that's there.
Fair enough.
I wish you could just, talking about grinding, just speed up everything. Like, it just takes so long. Like, every time I go into battle now, like, my Infernape loves me, so it has to say, "Oh, it's waiting for you to make a decision," and that sits there for a little bit, like going between just different text boxes. Takes forever.
Do you have your text speed all the way up?
Yeah.
Do you have animations off?
I leave it on.
If
I take that off, it would help.
It'll go way quicker.
Yeah. I was wondering what that was, because I threw out Turtwig, or I think it was when I threw out Turtwig. Yeah, and it goes like Turtwig is waiting to be pet. I'm like, that's a weird thing to say at the beginning of a battle. Like, what am I supposed to do?
So it's like they've implemented it, I think, since I want to say Sun and Moon, maybe.
It wasn't in Sword and Shield.
Yeah, it was.
Where it said stuff like that at the beginning of a battle.
It was. Well, it's the same feature as they hung on 1 HP because they love you. It's that same feature.
I've never seen that, even in Sword and Shield.
Then your Pokemon hates you because
you need friendship, man.
It's been a feature since I think
like,
Sun and Moon.
It dodged the attack because you shouted louder.
Yeah, if you have like really good friendship with a Pokemon, it'll do stuff like that. Like, it'll randomly like, if it's gonna get one hit, it'll randomly survive because it loves you, or
hung on because it loves you,
or sometimes you'll get really
because it wants you to say something good about it,
or like sometimes rarely if you're like paralyzed or something, it'll heal itself.
Weird. I guess I have never noticed that.
Mechanics.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So.
I mean, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I am. I just wasn't paying attention, I guess.
Yeah. Don't use them as battle tools. They're people, or they're beings.
They're people?
They're beings. Some of them are people.
Mr. Mime?
Gengar is a dead person.
Ditto when it turns into a person.
No, that's a Mew clone.
But it can turn into a person.
It can turn into a person.
We saw that with the movie Detective Pikachu.
Yeah,
great movie, by the way.
Very good movie.
I love that
Weird
movie.
faces
It
though.
was fun,
But
it wasn't that great.
I actually thought it was really good. But we can move on to a movie topic since we're talking about movie
Go
now
for
if you
it.
want.
Go
Because
for it.
my topic actually is I want to know what your guys' favorite actor duos are.
Ooh.
Because we were talking about the other guys, and that made me think. Like, I don't think Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg in the same movie has ever been bad. They have the other guys. They have Daddy's Home 1 and 2, and all three of those movies I would say are like top 10 for me. Like, they're funny. I love comedy movies. Those movies are hilarious, and those two, like in their own movies, they're good by themselves. But for some reason, when they work together, they make perfect movies. Mm-hmm. So I want to know, because Dan is a huge movie buff, and Logan, you enjoy movies quite a bit as well. And obviously, you guys have both seen way more than I have. Mm-hmm. I want to know what you guys have for your favorite duos, I guess, because that one's by far my favorite. Like that would have to be the one, because it's so good. They're all three of their movies that I've seen with them in it together, and I don't know if they're in more together than just those three.
I think that's it.
I can't think of any more, but I know that those are like three perfect movies in my eyes, and you're not gonna change them.
Were that good.
Dude, they're so funny.
I
When that little girl goes up at the hospital and she goes, "I just shot a turkey and a man. Guess which one's dead?" Like, dude, I was in tears laughing at that. And I know that wasn't either one of those two characters, and I get that, but like just the interaction between the two, like you can tell that the chemistry between them is fantastic, and it shows.
Don't get me wrong. I just didn't think those movies were great.
I think more like serious movies, like if you want to call them serious movies, is like Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen.
Dude, I can get behind
They're
that.
a great duo.
I can get
and I'm
behind
so
that.
pumped that
movies.
and I'm so pumped they're coming back as Anakin or Vader and Obi-Wan.
That's a great duo as well.
So yeah, I'd say those probably, and then honestly, this might be kind of controversial here, but Kevin Hart and The Rock, I think they're really good together.
Yeah, I haven't really seen too many of their movies with them.
I like Central Intelligence a lot. That movie's really funny, and they're in Jumanji. They've honestly, it's pretty much
they're in a lot together.
Just the past few years, yeah, they've been in a ton of movies together. Pretty much everything I've seen them in, I really enjoy. I think they're just an awesome friend duo.
Yeah,
they're actually friends in real life, which actually helps their chemistry in the movies.
It's just like the meme with Adam Sandler, where it's like Adam Sandler just makes movies now so he can go on vacation with his friends because they go places. Like he picks all of his buddies to be in the movies with him, and they just go and those movies dude, Grown Ups is funny.
The first one's good.
You don't like Grown
I don't
Ups?
think Grown Ups is very good.
Dude, I love Grown Ups. That's such a funny movie.
His old school stuff.
Maze.
Amazing.
No, duo, I guess. Usually it happens in comedies where it's really good. But,
Yeah.
think of two. I think the best one, in my opinion, or at least my favorite, is Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker from the Rush Hour series.
Okay, I guess I haven't seen those.
Freaking hilarious, and they work so well together. It's so good. And the other one is Jackie Chan, also, and Owen Wilson in the Shanghai series.
Wow.
They just play off each other. So Jackie Chan's fantastic. I love Jackie Chan.
He's a funny guy.
He is, and it's. They always make fun of how he speaks and stuff. It's so funny, but then I don't know. It's just an interesting brohood between them, But.
So Ace in the Twitch chat says Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. Is he?
Yeah.
John C. Reilly. Remind me who that is.
Step Brothers.
Okay.
Talladega Nights.
Got you. Yep, that's a good combo. Then I will
Except
agree.
for the
dude, Talladega Nights is hilarious.
They really lost a lot of kind of, I don't know, respect for me when the last movie they did together was pretty bad. It was just like a rehash of Talladega Nights, but worse.
Really?
It's Holmes and Watson.
Oh, I guess I haven't seen that.
I did not like that movie. It literally had the same plot point as Talladega Nights. Like it was John C. Reilly was he was let me think. He was Watson. Yeah, he was Watson, and then Will Ferrell was Sherlock Holmes. And it was like Sherlock was the main detective, and John C. Reilly was overshadowed, so he left and did his own thing. And then it was like this. It's like I literally was in this theater and as I was watching, it's like, this is Talladega Nights. like this is the same thing, and like he starts his own detective company, and then I'm like, you're literally just doing Talladega Nights again, but this is not even as funny.
Dude, you know what's so funny about Talladega Nights though, and for whatever reason, it's one of my favorite scenes in that entire movie, is just admit you like crepes and I will not break your arm. No, I'll never admit I like crepes, but they're just really thin pancakes. Just say you like really thin pancakes and I will not break your arm. No, I'll never bend. America. Like,
That movie's so good.
It's just so stupid, and I love it.
I'm not a huge John C. Reilly fan. I mean, I like Will Ferrell and everything, and I don't mind John C. Reilly, but I'm just kind of like over the stupid, funny, like no plot movies. That's like all they make now. They were pretty.
See, and that's my sense of humor
and
usually.
They just seem to have gone downhill, don't you think?
I agree with that.
But I don't know. I like the old school stuff that it doesn't happen anymore. Like when we watch Accepted, like we were talking, like
I love that.
dumb, funny movies, but there's like an actual story to them,
Yeah.
and it follows it. Like, it's stupid and it's unrealistic, but it's funny.
Ask
it's
me
a real
about
story.
my wiener.
But I don't know. Back in those days, maybe Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson, those three, like Zoolander, like Dodgeball, you know, like those were classic
Those are
comedy
really
that I
good.
love.
Yeah.
And I can watch a lot. Like,
Speaking of classic
so good.
comedy duos, this is really old school, but like Abbott and Costello.
Okay.
They did the like way back in the, like the Who's on First. That was a stand-up thing, but they did movies together as well. And like they have a whole bunch of really good skits. I forget the math one. It was like 9 plus, like I don't know. It was weird, but it was funny. And the movies there, I remember once like African Safaris is the name of it, and it's a black and white, like it's an old movie, but it made me laugh. Even like 10 years ago was the last time I saw it probably, but like it was just a funny movie, and those guys are hilarious, and they were popular back in like the 50s or something like that. Like it's old,
Yeah.
but even now like their stuff's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Coach just kind of hits one that I was about to say. Chris Farley and David Spade. I love that duo.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
That, you know,
Tommy Boy,
you have Tommy Boy,
Oh heck
one of my
yeah, dude.
favorite movies, and then the SNL skits they were on together.
Yeah,
I
those two
love
were great.
Matt Foley, the motivational speaker, is probably one of my favorite SNL skits.
Dude, that I think is
Here's
the
you,
best.
here's me.
That
Oh.
Very good one.
So,
living in a van down by the river. That might be one of the best ones they've ever done for sure. See, those were my favorites, and
Yeah.
I want to know what you guys thought as well. Do you
yeah,
have any
there's-
more that
There's
you?
a lot of good duos, and I'm sure there's more that I just can't think of right now.
Going outside of the comedy, which
Yeah,
most of
outside
them are
of comedy.
comedy. We
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about and we think about
Yeah.
the ones that come to mind are mostly, from comedies. But going into the more, I don't know, serious roles, dramas and stuff, Christian Bale and Michael Kane
Yes.
is pretty great. And you see him through the Dark Knight trilogy, right? But also...
Who was
in
Michael Caine?
his butler, Alfred.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got you.
Um,
I'm terrible with names.
But also in The Prestige,
Yes. When he plays
Which is
he plays
crazy.
Tesla, right?
No, Michael Caine plays...
Oh no, that's so David Bowie plays Tesla.
Yeah.
That's right.
Michael
That's
Caine
right.
is the guy who helps them with the tricks on the stage and everything.
That's
like that.
right. That's right.
I can't remember his name in that movie, but
That's right.
and those are two actors that are used in Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan uses the same actors through all of his movies a lot of
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Well, it's a
They're
great
bound
group.
to,
Yeah.
show up, but those two just work well together.
Yeah.
Dude, if every movie was directed by Christopher Nolan, I'd be happy.
That'd be great.
I would actually be down for that.
Like, has he ever made a bad movie?
No,
think so.
not that I've seen.
I'll say every
I've
one of
seen
his
most
I've
of
seen
his.
have been
I haven't seen a lot
fantastic.
of his early stuff, but I've.
I don't think I've seen anything before the Dark Knight trilogy from him.
So,
Just you.
yeah,
Memento, you need to watch that one.
I do. I've heard that's good.
Memento, and I think this is like before he started writing like everything himself, but he actually worked on Insomnia with like Halle Berry, that movie a long time ago. If you
Okay.
remember, but yeah, Memento was his first real movie.
M. Night Shyamalan. Coach says.
By himself, or
Can you say Tom Hardy and Tom Hardy because they were in the?
no?
He was in the. Oh, what is it called? I can't think of it now, but it's like the. It's about like the English mafia, and it was the two brothers, and he played both of them. So
Do you know what duo I'm hoping gets more, and we haven't even seen the movie yet?
What's that?
Jack Black and
Chris Pratt.
There you go.
Dude,
Their voices.
I'm hoping that those two will do more together after the Mario movie, because it's just such a weird combo that I never would have expected.
M. Night is hit and miss with me. He gets a lot of hate.
Yeah,
he has some duds out there in movies, but he has some other movies that are.
Isn't he the one that did Glass and Unbreakable?
Yes.
Okay,
That
I love that
but he
trilogy.
also did
that trilogy.
what is it called?
The Last Airbender.
That, and then the one with Mark Wahlberg, the
Happening.
The Happening.
Oh,
yes.
Gosh, we'll talk about that later. But no, he did. Signs movie. Is one of my favorite movies. Signs is phenomenal. I actually enjoyed The Village too. A lot of people hated that one, but I actually enjoyed The Village.
Did he do Sixth Sense, or who did Sixth Sense?
Yeah, he did Sixth Sense.
When you said you enjoyed The Village 2, I was thinking there's more than one.
No, as well.
Okay, after you said it, like it hit me, but that was my first thought. Was wait, there's a second one?
Oh, I think another comedy.
Yeah, Unbreakable, and Split and Glass.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite trilogies of all time. They're so good, so good.
I think another good comedy one is talking about the Mario movie. Is Seth Rogen and James Franco.
See,
that is a really good duo. I don't like a lot of their movies.
I don't like Seth Rogen at all.
I love them just purely because of how good The Interview is. That movie is so funny.
That movie's great. I will agree.
Yeah,
like,
and then like we have Pineapple Express. Is it the end of the Earth or something, where it's like the apocalypse or whatever.
Is it This Is the End?
Yeah, This Is the End, and it's all just like celebrities that survive and like are fighting off demons and stuff. It's actually really stupid.
It's a terrible movie.
So they pick the people that are least likely to survive.
No, so what it is it's literally the second coming, and all the believers get all the believers.
So all the celebrities are left. Okay, they're all into Scientology.
Jonah Hill plays himself, and he's just a dick.
Yeah, like literally all the celebrities
seems
play
accurate.
themselves, and it's like based in Hollywood. And it's like Jesus came back, and
does Michael Cera play himself, or is he someone else?
I can't remember. But Jonah Hill gets like possessed and like dies.
Channing Tatum is like this BDSM sex slave.
What is up with I feel like that's a trope with him now.
Kinda.
Because he did that in that movie. He played. I mean, he's Magic Mike, and then he did that almost similar role in the Free Guy. With the
I still need to see Free Guy.
Really stupid.
Do you have it? Is it out yet?
No, it's not out yet. I don't think.
Okay, I'll say when it comes out, we should get together and just watch it sometime, because I haven't seen it. It's actually on YouTube, so if you guys want to watch it again, we could.
I would love to watch it again.
I could rent it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Reynolds and Taika Waititi.
Yeah, that's one movie that I really want to see. Yeah, they're talking in chat how The Interview almost started World War III.
It did.
And that would have been, I don't want to say it would be funny for World War III to start because of a comedy movie, but at the same time, I could totally see that happening, where it started because of a comedy movie.
Yeah.
And just like, imagine 50 years from now, they're teaching in class, be like, yeah, we're going to learn about World War III today. So James Franco and Seth Rogen made a movie that Kim Jong-un didn't like, and so he decided to try to nuke the U.S.
It's such a good movie. Like, it's so stupid, but it's so well done.
But like, just imagine if that's how World War III started. Just the history lessons that would have to be taught. Like, we're going to watch this film today that started World War III.
They would not watch that.
North Korea dies. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They literally wouldn't. Nobody would ever watch that movie. Nobody should watch that movie at school. There's a lot of terrible.
Okay, but look at where schools are.
After that,
look at where schools are going nowadays, Logan. We're talking about the world now. We're in California. They're teaching elementary schoolers about anal fisting. Are you really I think anything's going at this point.
There goes the family friendly.
Yep.
Okay, my bad, but I mean we're gonna get like way off on a political rant here if we do this.
Which
so
we don't talk about
we should probably move on to the next topic before the three of us just go off on a rant about California.
You were the one who started.
I know, but I know if I start that rant, you guys will join in, because I just know that you guys dislike it as much as I do. So,
all right, so do you
Logan,
you want to go with me, or do you want to go with
Weston?
With the quote unquote Weston's topic?
You guys, I don't care, because I don't know what the Weston's topic even is.
Let's do that one, so then you can participate in the last one.
Okay, so this is basically just going to be a duo conversation here.
Yeah, Tari, I want to do anime topics, so we said we'll do.
Okay, so yeah, I put out on Twitter on the Huge Media account I go, there's a 50-50 chance Weston won't be here. And if he's not, what should we talk about? And Terraria responded something about anime. I think just out of spite, because he knows that I don't take part in these conversations and he wants me to shut up.
Yeah, I thought it was a
So
good idea.
you two enjoy, and I will do whatever I'm going to. I don't know. You guys just have your conversation.
All right. So yeah, what's your?
I'm going to drink my milkshake in peace.
So we
pose
just
the question?
talk about. Well, we're watching Bleach. Me and Logan are
Yep.
watching Bleach together, and we're like in episode 60 something.
Yes.
So we're just gonna talk about primarily you, I guess, because I've seen it all.
Yeah.
Just your thoughts on what you've watched so far, where it's going. You know, just your take on it, I guess. And I'll chime in here and there.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. It's quickly becoming one of my favorites. It's, I don't know, I just really love the world and the atmosphere, and like the build up is very well done. Like, obviously it's got a long ways to go, and there's still a lot of stuff that I need to figure out. And then I'm excited to kind of see where stuff goes, but it's like the little hints and stuff they drop towards, you know, what's gonna happen and what's coming and all that stuff, and like the little
even
kind
more
of
than what you saw.
yeah.
Like, watching one thing that I noticed, like watching it back again, is
That one
how
episode
much,
you're talking about.
like foreshadowing and stuff they throw in there that you go take a nap, you're fine.
Well, I'm just going to sit here because I don't want to just look awkward on camera for 15 minutes while you guys talk.
But the foreshadowing stuff
That implies that you don't
wouldn't
anyway.
you wouldn't understand completely unless you like know you've watched, you know where it's heading or what is about to happen, with prior knowledge. But
Yeah.
I found that it surprised me how much and how good it was actually.
Yeah.
And I'll have to bring that stuff up once we get to that point, but it's gonna be a while.
Mhm.
But I thought that was really cool and stuff I didn't notice the first time around, But
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it a lot again.
Yeah, and I really like I don't know, it's just like, it does the whole anime tropes well. Like, it's not like, oh, Ichigo is the main character, so he's going to get this power buff just because he's the main character. Like, they explain why he's kind of so powerful and why he's got so much potential. And obviously,
it goes further, but
yeah, and it goes way further, and I could tell that it's going further with the whole introduction of the, white, is it white Ichigo, is that they call him?
You can call him that for now.
Okay. Yeah, the white Ichigo, like, it's building to, like, this huge reveal that he's kind of more than they let on, or, like, even, not maybe necessarily him, but his Zanpakuto is something special, and, yeah, I really like that.
You can't get away from that kind of stuff, like the whole Mary Sue type thing.
Yeah.
In Shonen, and everyone like, oh, Bleach is just the same. It's just another power up or something. Fighting them stronger. I'm like, how'd you get away from that in a show that's like about superpowers?
Yeah, but then also it's like, it's stupid because those
But
people
they do it well.
It's
too.
the same people that say, "Oh, we love Dragon Ball." It's like, dude,
so garbage.
Dragon Ball
I
is the
love it,
worst
but
at that
it's
trope.
garbage.
So Dragon Ball does that trope the worst, in my opinion,
Oh,
that I've
so
seen
bad.
at least.
Yeah.
It's literally like Goku just gets another Saiyan level just because they need somebody to be better.
Wait, isn't that like one of the most popular animes of all time, though?
Yeah, it's not great.
But it sucks.
Dragon Ball Z I like,
It's
but
cool for nostalgia's sake. It was a
Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball.
so you have Dragon Ball,
Yeah.
the original, and that's Goku as a kid. Then you have Dragon Ball Z, which is him as like an adult, and then you have Dragon Ball
GT after
GT.
that, which is like
Is
not canon anymore.
Yeah.
They threw that one out, and then there's Dragon Ball Super, which
Super.
is the new one.
Yep.
Zach's getting mad at you guys.
Love you, Zach.
But
I'm gonna pick on Dragon Ball, but that Dragon Ball, the whole franchise might be the absolute worst for anime cliches.
yeah.
Which whatever,
Which
it is
makes
what it
sense.
is.
It's kinda
lovable,
started on-
but it's to the quality that I like for anime. It's not it. It's fun for nostalgia's sake. That was like afternoon cartoons for me back then before I knew what anime was. Like that was every day. Mom better be not on time, not late, pick me up because I need to go home and watch DBZ.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But, like with Bleach, they do it a little bit differently. It's better. It's not the stereotypical anime shonen protagonist. big dummy moron, just goes with his feelings.
Yeah.
Just gets strength, tears and tears of strength through it. Like Ichigo's not a moron.
No.
Like he's actually intelligent. He cares about like real stuff.
Yeah.
Like school and crap.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's not willy nilly just for feelings. Like this whole like first arc is because he actually owes like Rukia something.
Rukia, yeah.
Rukia
And that's the thing
saved him
too.
and
Like
his family, so he owes her.
Yeah.
It's not just like, well, she's my friend. Well, he even called that out like in the anime, which is pretty cool. Like you've only known her for like a month. Like that's nowhere enough time to like risk your life for a friend.
And then he explains it was because she saved my life, and like
she saved my family.
And he has like a debt to her. Yeah,
like,
and that's another thing I really like. Is like I'm a huge Naruto fan, and I'm a huge not a huge Dragon Ball. I do like Dragon Ball, but like, and I haven't seen One Piece, but so I don't know about One Piece. But like something that it does over the something that Ichigo is different about is like he's not just he wants to be the best. Like there's more of a purpose for what he does. He's not like, oh, I want to be the next Hokage, or oh, I want to be the best, the big, the strongest fighter.
It's not it. He's just a kid.
Yeah.
Who's just doing right by himself a little bit.
Yeah.
He didn't want, like right when he got his powers, he didn't want to be a Soul Reaper. He didn't want to go and kill Hollows.
Yeah. Exactly.
But then he noticed, it's kind of like the Spider-Man thing, I have the ability to do this, and if people are getting hurt, like, I should do this. I could help them.
Yep, exactly.
But he doesn't want that. He doesn't want to put his family in danger. He wants to protect who he wants to protect, who he cares about. That's his whole thing.
Yeah.
He who protects is what Ichigo means, so.
Yeah, and he's also, like, probably one of the most honorable protagonists I've seen, too. Like, just the way he carries himself and the way, like, I mean, with that last fight with, Byakuya, like, any other anime character would have let that happen. Like, he would have got taken over and like just whooped his butt and killed him.
That
but
wasn't
like,
how it was. That wasn't him.
That wasn't him. He's like literally like, no, this is my fight, and I'm going to, to do this, whether it kills me or not. Like he was willing just to die just to make sure it was him that was fighting, not.
He's stalwart and like stubborn to a point, in what he wants to do, but he has reason behind what he's doing.
Exactly.
I don't know. There's just little differences between him and other shonen, like in Bleach in general and other shonens.
Mm-hmm.
To me, at least, I don't know. I'm a fan, so I'm biased a little bit, but if people are willing to give it a chance to watch, I think you'll see that stuff too.
No, I'd agree. He's quickly probably one of my favorite like main protagonists. Like he's very well done.
I like Ichigo.
And I love like the side characters too. Like just getting on those, like they're all great. I love Chad. He's a great character. Orihime, Rukia, Renji.
Great stuff.
They're all super great characters. And
this is the Rukia arc, by the way.
The Rukia arc.
There's each of his his best friends from the beginning like kind of gets an arc.
Dude, I can't wait to get the Chad arc. Where's that at?
It's the last one. It's the Fullbringer arc, the last one in the series currently.
Of course it is.
And it is Chad's arc, but they're all Ichigo, obviously. Arcs, it's just kind of one takes
more precedent.
A little bit more from a backseat,
Yeah. But yeah, there's just like a lot of really just great things about it. And I love the like mystery that is the Soul Society right now. Like there's a lot of questions I have of like, what is this?
They don't explain a lot
all
the time. They leave it open.
And that's what I like.
It's
I
good,
love like
dude.
I love just theorizing and being like, okay, well, what's this mean? Like we got to the mask, and I'm like, what does this mask mean? And I had my thoughts, and I still don't know for sure. But like, there's more information about it now since that fight. Like that, in the whole what is his name? Sasuke. Is it Sasuke? Is his first name?
Sosuke?
Sosuke
Aizen.
Aizen.
Yeah,
How he
Aizen.
talks about how he wanted to find the, how are you to become like the best? You have to like become a hollow and like.
Soul Reapers need to take that one step towards Hollow, or Hollows need to take one step towards Soul Reapers.
Yeah, and like how they've been trying to find it.
Limits that every person has.
And then how he's like, you gotta, do that, and then how they've been trying to find it and it never works. So he's gotten close, and it's like implying that Ichigo is that, like he has somehow done that.
Maybe.
At least that's what I see. So obviously I could be wrong.
We haven't seen a lot, trust me.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't seen a lot.
That's one thing I love about this. Like, the storytelling and lore, like, is second to none, I think, in shonen. Bleach is fantastic like that. But, yeah, it's Sosuke.
Sosuke? It's Sosuke?
Sosuke Aizen, yeah.
I thought it was Sasuke.
No, Sosuke. But,
that's good, because I got get confused, too.
No, and it's just so... It takes so long to flesh itself out, and it never even totally fleshes itself out, which I like. It leaves you wanting.
Yeah.
But it gives you little bits here and there that, whet the appetite, and keep you like, all right, I'm ready for the next bit. Yeah. You'll see that. It's really good. I love Bleach.
Yeah.
Like I've said, you all know by now. But
yeah, and the whole, like...
Whoa, Jordan, come on now.
And the whole, like, idea of, like, this arc, too, is, like, okay, he's saving Rukia, and that's, like, the main thing, right? They could have just done that and be like, okay, well, they're fighting through and getting to save Rukia. But no, now there's this, like, hidden subplot of, like, the Aizen murder, and then you find out later on what that actually is, and then it opens up to apparently be the big bad of the series. Like, that's cool. Like
the subplot is actually the real plot.
Exactly.
The real plot is just a facade for what's actually going on.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's really sick.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I enjoy Bleach a lot. And it, like I said, Soul Society, a lot of people say that's the best arc there is, but I think it just gets better because you just flesh out more. Like, Soul Society is probably, like, the best possible, like, introduction to a series for like a shonen series, a long one. And it gives you a good taste of, like, all right, this is quality. What's going to come after? And it's, like I said, it adds on to that story, the lore, the plot, the side stuff that you have no idea what's going on in the background. Like, it's pretty cool, but...
Yeah. And they do, like, a really great job of, like, throwing you off as stuff, too. Like, the whole Aizen thing, right? Like,
did you see him...
No, that really
actually
threw me off. Like, because they have the what's his name? The
Geen?
Yeah, Geen.
Geen plays the bad guy.
Yeah, and he, like, they really play into, like, okay, he's a bad guy, and, like, he does kind of play, like, the traditional, like, Orochimaru, like, he feels like that very just sinister bad guy, like, just classic. So you're led to believe right away, like, oh, it's just him, like, he's behind all of this. But then they do that so much that they play into that, then the twist is just so much more impactful. Like, oh, like, didn't see that coming. Like, I legit thought it was just this guy the whole time. And they don't, like, really hint at the fact that he's still alive. Like, they don't go back and be like, okay, well, maybe he's not actually dead because we found this fake body. And it's, stuff like that. Like, it's just a straight up twist at the end, like the end, and then they explain it by his Zanpakuto
is the most OP ridiculous thing ever.
Yeah.
No.
That's another thing I really love about the show is just the uniqueness of the, like, powers. Like, the whole idea of Zanpakutos, and, like, they're just swords, right? But then you look at them more, and, like, they're all very individual.
They're parts of their spirit,
their
soul.
Exactly. And they're more individualized. They're, like, not, like, I don't think, at least from what I've seen, no Zanpakuto's the same. Like, they don't have it. They're all different. And so it's, like, one, like, Renji's is, like, a giant whip, and it can be, like, this giant, like, cool axe whip thing, and then becomes this snake. And then you have Ichigo's, who's, like, a normally big one, and then it becomes his Bankai's, like, this just regular sword, but he's super fast, and, like, stuff like that. Like, it's really sick to see all these different powers and abilities that these characters have.
And some of them, like, that you don't see yet are, like, the most interesting. Like, they're really, really unique. Like, you'd never think of this, like, but you'll have to wait and see those. Not even this series, but the next series. But, like, they, I don't know. Kubo did a really cool thing with Bleach, so.
I'd agree.
And it doesn't get enough love, I don't think, so.
No. I definitely see, like, and this is obviously something I've wanted to talk about for a while, and I think I gotta wait till we finish to talk about this more. But, like, yeah, just, like, because I know you're talking about how there's a reason why it didn't get as much love as, Naruto and One Piece. Because it was one of the big three. And so, yeah, I really want to understand that because I don't get it right now. Like, to me, like, if I was a kid back in the day when I watched Naruto and I knew about Bleach and I watched it, I would have watched it the same. Like, I feel like almost like I'm starting to like this show a bit more. and it's just really well done. So
Yeah, thoroughly enjoying it. I'm going to continue to enjoy it when you keep watching. We need to keep watching.
yes, we do.
But yeah, I think we could probably end that there so Jordy can come back
Yeah.
instead of being bored on his couch.
Well, I didn't want to, just sit there while you guys talk, so I
No,
figured
you
I
good.
could sit that one out, get on a nice, comfortable couch, and return for the last topic.
Lesson is watch Bleach.
Which the last topic is what, Logan?
All right, so the last topic is so I believe it was last Tuesday, because I think it was the day after the podcast last week. The Game Awards announced the Game of the Year nominees for this year's Game Awards, and just kind of wanted to talk about.
Oh,
that.
so that's the official list of
Yes,
nominees.
so this is the official list of nominees.
Do you wanna
for
read 'em
this,
off?
Yes, I will. So this is the official list of the 2021 Game Awards Game of the Year for 2021. We have Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village are the ones we have. So starting off,
So lackluster, honestly, to me.
okay.
All right, and I would say same, except for It Takes Two. I have not. Well, I haven't played the other 5.
So you guys say it's lackluster. What is missing from this list that you would
There's not
like to see?
Resident Evil is like a big name. Thing,
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
I think those have been a little, I don't know, for a while. Like the last new ones, they're cool. Whatever they've been, they're new revamped survival horror type thing. But they've kind of gone away from the originals.
I think
a bit.
I want to play Village actually because it's
At least
very
From
interesting.
what I've heard from like diehard fans, they, not all of them obviously, but quite a few of them, well-known, fans of the franchise, don't like the new stuff.
Okay.
But that's just me. I don't play Resident Evil, so I couldn't tell you. I've watched quite a bit of it. Like I don't think I've played any of these games, but I've watched quite a bit of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to choose one, I'd probably say Dread, just for what it is, how long it's been waiting in the fandom, to get another Metroid game.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Metroidvania style, moderate horror-esque like theme, Switch game like platformer, like that kind of thing. I think it's got its niche, and it does well in it. I think people have been waiting for something like that for a very, very, very long time. So if I had to say something, I would probably say Metroid Dread. But like I said, I haven't played it. I've watched it. But I don't know. Nothing to me in those is like, holy crap, this is a standout game of the year. Like, this deserves it.
So are there
know.
actually like games that you've played this year that have been like, oh, this should be
Last time
on
we
here?
talked about this topic, I looked through like what has come out and stuff. I don't really think there is a
No.
See,
we haven't
I
had-
think Zach nailed it. He says the last few years have felt lackluster, and I do agree. And this year, I guess more for me, I've spent more money on travel this year than I have any other year, and so that means less money for new games, right? So I've really not bought anything that came out this year other than I bought It Takes Two, and I've been playing that with Marissa, and like I said, that is by far probably the absolute best game that I've played in a long time. I adore it. It's such a fun game to play. So that's my game of the year, only based off the sheer fact that it's the only one on that list that I've played. But even other than that, I was talking about this, 2 weeks ago, and even last week I think I brought it up again. Like, it's such a fun game, and honestly, I'm going to put that up there in one of my top games that I've played just because I thoroughly enjoy it. I have no complaints about it other than the fact that it's over. Like, we're going to replay it. Like, her and I want to replay it again because we both just had so much fun with it. I think if you have a person to play it with, it is just such a phenomenal game where the mechanics are, in my mind, perfect, and the story is, it's a good story for what it is. It's funny, the gameplay is great, and it kind of checks off every single box of something that I enjoy, I guess. And like I said, her and I have had so much fun playing it when we played through that game that's my game of the year by far, only because one, it's the only one that I can think of that's come out this year that has really just blown me away. Like, it came out, I think it was in March. Does it say on there when it came out, or no? It came out the beginning of the year, or earlier in the year. I think it was March. That sounds right. But we just played it, earlier this month. And like I said, it's probably up there for my favorite game of, the last few years. Like, it's so much fun. So for me, that's it. I haven't played any other one on that list. So, officially, I can't really... I don't know if that makes my opinion invalid, I guess, but
No.
at the same time, like
I
that,
haven't played any of these.
I've
so-
seen
so good.
I've only played Dread, but I've seen enough of most of these. I've seen a good bit of Ratchet and Clank. I've seen
I've
Deathloop.
heard Ratchet's really good.
Yeah, It Takes Two. I've seen some
A
about.
lot of people like Resident Evil, don't you?
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of Resident Evil.
A lot of
That's
people like
good.
Resident Evil, and there's a pretty cult following for Psychonauts too. So
Yeah,
um,
that's the one I've seen the least about. But yeah, Dread is mine. I love that game. It is. I really just have recently, in the past, like, I'd say 5 or 6 years, gotten into the Metroid franchise, and I've loved it ever since. Like, and this is legit just a return to form. Like, it is 2D Metroid at its finest, in my opinion. This game, I don't really know how much better it could have been, for what it is. It is, it's a phenomenal, like, just 2D, Castlevania game, and it's beautiful. First off, like, even though it's 2D, it's got some of the best graphics I've seen on the Switch so far. It's just a great game, and there's a lot of replayability to it. They really continue to play into the whole speedrunning community thing, which is something that Metroid has done for a long time now, and yeah, it's just I really enjoy it. But when it comes to just kind of the list in general, the only thing that I can think of that I've seen that people are kind of getting upset about not being on here is Forza Horizon 5.
that should never.
Yeah, I mean
ever.
that just came out though
Yeah.
too, and that's a really interesting one because it did come out.
It missed the.
It missed the cutoff, so I think it could be for next year's Game of the Year.
I think the cutoff.
I don't think a Forza game should ever be Game of the Year.
Well, see,
I'm
I would
just gonna
agree.
throw that out there.
I would agree.
It's literally the same game every time.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
It's
Like,
just racing.
I haven't played the new
Looks
one.
cool. Don't
I
get me
do
wrong,
know they're
probably
super
really
fun.
fun if you're into that stuff, but
Yeah, I do
Game
know
of the
they're
Year,
super
no.
fun though.
No.
I just
But like, I can't like sitting here looking at this
it's
6
very
games,
lackluster.
but I don't see anything that it's like that should have been on here.
No,
There's
Like,
literally it's
the games this year are very lackluster.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at a list of
I
games that
just
came
looked
out this
at
year,
them
and
a little bit, and I didn't see anything. I'm like, wow, that was good.
Like-
yeah, I've been scrolling through. I'm in what month is this now that I'm at? I'm at May, I guess, and
yeah.
the only one I've seen that does stand out is It Takes Two that came out in March. So
Like this year was
nothing.
a far cry from last year. Like, we won't talk about Last of Us Part 2.
Far
That's a
Far
whole
Cry
different
came out
thing.
this year.
Oh, Far Cry 6.
He
yeah.
he said it was a Far Cry from last year. I said no, that came out this year.
Yeah, like, we won't talk about Game of the Year last year. That's a whole other topic. But
What was that one?
Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Yeah,
But,
don't get me started.
I haven't played that
Final
one. I feel
Fantasy
like I'm not missing
7
much.
Remake came out. Ghost of Tsushima, who probably should have won,
Yeah,
if they weren't paid off,
yeah, exactly.
But Doom Eternal, the new Half-Life game, Animal Crossing: New Horizons, which I don't know.
That's a great game.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, really really good. There's another Watch Dogs.
And that was last year?
Yeah.
Dang.
Neo 2 came out. Demon's Souls remake.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of good games that came out, man.
Yeah, and like I'm thinking like this year, and it's even from like the Nintendo side of things, like
It's been a slow year for Nintendo as well.
It's just slow for everyone.
Yeah.
like Pokemon just came out, which I love.
But it was a remake.
But that's
Yeah.
just a remake,
Which that's a discussion. Because
Should remake the Game of the Year?
yeah, Final Fantasy VII remake was on it.
I would say no.
No. It depends on what you call a remake. I don't even know if these are barely a remake.
Yeah.
Tony Diamond, no, that's like a remaster. It's a remaster.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's a remaster.
I agree with that.
I would say it's not Game of the
Final
Year.
Fantasy VII remake was a full new game.
yeah.
That is in consideration for sure. This probably not. This is
Yeah,
a
no, I
remaster.
want to. Honestly, like I love Pokemon. It's my favorite franchise, and I'll always play them. But I don't think I'd ever put them as Game of the Year.
No.
So, unless
No.
maybe Legends Arceus gets there. We'll see how different that
We'll
is.
see how it is, but from what I see now, I don't think so. But
I
that's
don't-
just
I
me
think-
personally.
Do you
Already-
know what I think might have been left off the list?
What's that?
What's that?
But it's a very niche audience. I enjoyed New World a lot.
No,
That was a really
There's
good
so
game.
many things wrong with it.
There's a
Yeah.
ton of things wrong with it. I never said that, but
Oh.
I'm saying I enjoyed it a lot. That's
I
one
feel
that
like
It's a niche audience, so like MMO, that's PC
It's
only.
not a niche audience though.
No.
That's one of the biggest audiences out there.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's PC only though.
Sure.
You know, so like you can't get Game of the Year, I don't think, for a PC exclusive.
Yeah, you
Can
can.
Yeah, you can.
Easy.
I feel like
The
there's a lot
audience
more
is so
people.
huge, but
I think there's more people on
The
console
PC
though.
I don't know.
There's a lot wrong. New World, sure, cool. I don't know. If you want to look at kind of my thoughts, I guess to an extent, not as crazy, but you know who Asmongold is.
Yeah.
Look at his review of New World,
It's
and that will maybe open people's eyes a little bit to some of the issues and what really wasn't happening that should have.
I feel like it's gonna be. I feel like
He was really
an
harsh,
MMO's
but-
never gonna win Game of the Year.
No,
I
I
just
don't.
don't
Think, I don't think it would either.
It depends. Like, not as they are now. If you added a different type of gameplay, it's more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think don't know why it wouldn't or couldn't.
Yeah.
But just, I don't know.
Oh, another fun game I've enjoyed this year, Mario Party Superstars. That's another one that's came out this year that I
sure.
thoroughly enjoy. I'm looking through this list, like trying to find
I'd argue that's a
anything.
remake though.
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, yes and no.
Yeah.
I
And
guess.
in its fullness, it's just a Mario, party game.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
just personally for me, I don't think that deserves a game of the year.
No,
ever.
I don't either.
You know,
I love
but-
Mario Party, but I'd agree.
Yeah, there's
they're
nothing,
fun,
dude.
don't
I'm
get me
looking
wrong.
at this list. Yeah, this has been a terrible year.
This year has been really bad.
It's been really
There's
slow.
not even
If anything good,
five.
this year has anything good, it's to come still.
Yeah.
Like, we'll see how Halo Infinite is.
Mm-hmm.
Does Horizon Forbidden West come out this year? Or is it early next year?
I think it's next year.
I think that's a next year deal.
Okay.
Next year's huge.
Next year has a lot of interesting things coming
Yeah.
out. So.
Next year is going to be a lot of fun.
I already think my game of the year has already been set. I think mine's Elden Ring. That game is going to be so
I have heard some things coming out about that really just are going to drive me insane. Like, apparently, and I know for you guys it won't matter too much, or you might now, it's locked at 60 FPS, even on PC.
No, I don't care.
That's going to kind of annoy me. I don't know.
care.
That's how basically all of those games are, though.
But the fact that it's not, like, if you have a 144 hertz display, like, you want
I
to play
do
nice
not
and
care.
smooth. I don't know.
It's not
And
made for that.
If you're docking a
With their
game for that stuff,
gameplay, the developers created it to play a certain way, and that's not how or anyone with their crazy setups want to go tip top. That's not how they made that game.
See, I get that. I don't know. I was playing through Skyrim, and that's like one of my favorite games ever. But even that being capped at 60 still, I was like, that just doesn't seem right. I just think putting a cap on it
It's also
is
how old of a game?
weird. 10
Yeah.
years.
Right?
I don't know. I
So that
honestly
shows you right there that game is,
do not care about that stuff.
after 10 years, they're
That's
still
not
capping
the
it.
most important thing.
No.
It's not the most important thing, but that's just, I know it's going to be something that
I'm
annoys me.
looking. I need this. I haven't watched any playthroughs of Elden Ring right now, but
I've
wanna
watched
go back and watch
the
Seth
demo.
Profanity play it.
The demo stuff, which it's a pretty decent demo actually, or like beta, whatever it was they
Yeah.
did. It's really sick. I mean, it's just open world Dark Souls, which is dope.
Oh, yeah. There's thoughts that it's a tie-in
Really?
between like Bloodborne and Souls.
That would be
Like
Bloodborne's awesome.
Bloodborne is probably my favorite game ever not to play.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of.
I don't want to play Bloodborne.
I've watched a lot of it, but I
that
won't.
would just
I don't
make
play
me
it.
hate myself. But I loved watching a playthrough of that game.
I
It's one of my
agree.
favorite things to ever watch.
I agree, 100%.
Interesting.
I'm
The
right there with
lore and just the atmospheric, everything,
Yep.
and just everything about that game is fantastic. Aside from the choppy frames, I think,
Mm-hmm.
because it was made really bad in the beginning. Everyone's waiting for a new port, a new remaster of that game, but
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I that's how I feel about Souls games in general. But I think Elden Ring just looks so great. I want to really play it. I love the idea of an open world Souls game, and just
And
being
isn't that all in Lord of the Rings? Or is that...
Elden Ring.
No.
This
Okay.
is its
yeah,
own.
no, totally.
So what's the game I'm thinking of where it's that universe?
You're
Or is
thinking-
it the maker of Lord of the Rings helped
Like
them
Shadow
with the
of
story?
Mordor? that
Yeah,
kind
you're
of
probably
stuff?
thinking Shadow of Mordor.
I don't know. I thought the creator
been a
or
few
something of Lord of the
rumors.
Rings had something to do
Oh,
with
no,
this game.
It's Game of Thrones.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, never mind. That's it then.
The maker of Game of Thrones is
Gotcha.
right with Miyazaki.
I knew it was something
Ooh,
like that. I
interesting.
guess the name Elden Ring made me think
Yep.
of Lord of the Rings.
He is one of the writers. Second main writer for Elden Ring.
Perfect.
But,
I knew they had something like that. I couldn't think of what it was.
Like, all those games, even like Sekiro
Ooh, I need.
Shout out
Yeah,
twice.
that one's sweet.
was really cool.
That's a really cool.
I haven't played that either.
It's like a Souls game.
But
Obviously,
like Japanese.
super different little bits of
Yeah.
gameplay, obviously. But
'Cause
like,
you're the
it's
samurai.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what one you're talking about.
Technically, you're a ninja. You're a ninja, but yeah, it's a From Software game.
Okay.
And From Software is kind
Yep.
of God in the gaming community for story
They-
content.
yeah.
So
They make good stuff.
They do.
I
They
really
really
haven't
do.
played much because I suck at games, and so like the Souls games, I've
it's
tried.
just not the type of game I want to play.
Yeah, I've tried. What one was it? You said was it
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne? That's it. That's a PlayStation exclusive one, right?
Yep.
I've played that one. I've tried it, and I couldn't even make it past like the first 2 or 3
That's
levels.
the point.
It's very
I'm
valid.
like, this is not fun for me.
That's
Like
the
I'm
point.
dying
It's like
every
for-
2 seconds. I'm not enjoying it.
That's
So
the
I
point.
You have to learn. That one's different than all the Souls games too. Like Dark Souls, it's all about dodging, rolling,
Yeah.
going hit, dodge, roll. It's the exact opposite in Bloodborne though. Bloodborne, you have to attack because
Yeah.
when you get hurt in the first like couple seconds, if you hit someone, the enemy, you'll get health back.
Yeah.
So you were pretty much, especially with how crazy those bosses and stuff. You know how crazy Souls bosses
Oh
are.
yeah.
Like you have to like get in close and keep fighting, keep hitting, like dodge occasionally. When you have to dodge, obviously.
Yeah.
And then, but you have to like put the pressure on the boss, which is the exact opposite of gameplay of the Souls games.
Yep.
So it's a bit of a different switch.
Got you.
But those games.
Yeah, I
are
guess
great.
I think I have through like Humble Bundle and stuff. I'm pretty sure I have all the Souls games at this point. I just really don't have any desire to play them because I know I'm terrible at them. Like I just know I won't
Takes
enjoy
time,
it
Yeah.
man.
because I'm gonna
Everybody's
die
terrible
every
at
2
grinding.
seconds.
Yeah,
And
that's
you have
the
to be
whole
okay
point.
with
Yeah.
it sucking for a while.
Oh yeah,
That's
and
Figuring it out.
I get that. I just don't want to
The
take the time
joy-
to
I
learn
get
it.
that. Yeah,
The joy
that's
is
why I
in
don't-
dying hundreds of times and finally beating that boss that took you hours to beat. Like that's where the joy of the games comes from.
See, I don't think it's a joy of like, oh, I finally
It's
like
a
I
different
beat the
type
boss.
of person player,
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
it's a joy of like, oh, thank God I don't have to do this again. That's how I would see it.
Yeah.
Like the guy I watch, that streamer I watch that plays through all these, he played the Old Hunters DLC for Dark Souls. I think it's 3 or 2. It's
Okay.
3, yeah, 3. But one of the bosses in there, I remember like coming back day after day after day. He spent like, I don't know, 16, 18 hours fighting this one boss, just dying.
See, and that does not sound
Days
appealing
after
to me.
days. And then, sure, and he like raged, he hated that, but that's why he plays it. And he came back after, just watching him actually kill that boss for the first time and his reaction, like, he said, oh, like that's pain and like incarnate is what it was, playing that. But like that feeling after, pushing past that and winning
Yeah.
was worth it.
See,
He
in
doesn't wanna do it
my
again.
He just went plus ultra.
But,
and just beat the boss.
in my
And that-
mind,
that-
fighting the
that's
same
not
boss
me.
for 18 hours
That's
is
not
not.
me as a gamer, so I don't want to
Yeah.
do that. But
Yeah.
I'll watch someone else.
I'll
do it.
watch someone else do it.
I'm the same way as you in that regard. I can't even think of how that would be fun for me. My brain,
It wasn't
my
fun
brain
for
does.
him either, but
No.
it was worth it through the
It's
end.
not fun in the moment. It's fun at the end when you beat it finally.
Guys on YouTube, let us know in the comments if you think that's fun.
I don't know if anyone thinks that's fun.
No,
They just like what comes afterwards.
Fine. Well, give this video a thumbs up if you think it's fun, and give this video a thumbs up if you don't think it's fun. But we are like way off of the game of the year topic at this
no.
point,
I mean,
think.
yeah. Just to kind of
Well, it was
wrap it up.
lackluster anyway, but-
Yeah, just to wrap it up, like we just talked about how like it's lackluster, and that's
Yep.
exactly what
Out of what's there,
that's just shows the games
I
of the
call
year.
Metroid.
I think Metroid is by far the game of the year.
I think Metroid is what deserves it.
I do too.
I think Resident Evil will get it.
I think yeah, I'd agree with that.
See, I disagree. I think It Takes Two deserves it, but that's because I just really, really
What do you
enjoy that
actually think's
game.
gonna get it?
I don't know. Because I haven't played the other ones, and I've actually never even seen anything from the other ones. Like they're not games or series that I really follow that much, anyway. So
Yeah, I think
I think It Takes Two deserves it because that's the only one that I've played, but it's also, like I said, probably in my top 10 games experience of all time. Like I had so much fun playing that. And I would like to say that one is going to get it. I don't know if it will, but I know a lot of people, even that aren't gamers, that thoroughly enjoyed that game though too. So, because like, you know, they sit down with their boyfriend, girlfriend, like whoever, and they're like, yeah, that's a super fun game to play.
Sure.
So for me, it's really, really good. That's my game of the year. I think that's going to be it. But yeah, I guess I'm not entirely really sure what with the other ones. It's been a very lackluster year. That's the only one that really stands out, and that's the only one that I would vote for.
Yeah, I think Metro Dread for sure is the one I think deserves it the most. But I do think Resident Evil or potentially Ratchet and Clank take it. I think those big Sony, first party game. I guess Village isn't exclusive, is it?
I don't know. I don't think it's exclusive.
It's not.
You know what's funny is I've never played Ratchet and Clank.
Party, big party games that are have a following too. Like Ratchet and Clank has been a big thing for a long time, and it's been a long time since the last one. Yeah. So there was a lot of hype for this to come out. Yeah. And there's always hype for Resident Evil. So
yeah. And Village was really from what I've seen of Village, it's very well done. Like it's kind of not open world, but it's more open in the sense of you have more of an expansive world. You have more. You're not just in one house or one building. You're in this kind of village. Obviously, it's in the name.
I wonder why.
And I've seen it's a little linear.
And you go. Well, you can. I thought you could pick which of the 4 bosses to go to first.
I don't know.
From what I understood, is
when you get into where you have to go, though, it's very linear. From what I've seen.
Yeah. Okay.
From what I've seen is it opens up into the main kind of central point, and then you can go to one of the 4 main bosses at any kind of point you want.
Sure.
So, and they're I love the idea of they're all different horror movie or horror game tropes. You have the one that's the doll, and it's more of the creepy dark hallway, no lights, you have to just avoid the monster. And then what is it? The Lady Dimitrioff or whatever.
She's a vampire.
The vampire lady. There's more of the kind of classic Resident Evil, and the what's it, Mr. X and Nemesis type stuff. Is she'll follow you around just like that, and you have to go around and get resources and stuff. And it's really cool. And I think the other 2 are other different horror game tropes. But yeah.
Yeah, and
that game looks dope.
That's what Scary's saying here in chat too. He's that's what I love about Breath of the Wild, getting to choose the order in which you beat the game. It makes the experience way more personal and feels like you're actually in control, and you can play it differently every time, which I agree. Yeah. Games like that, those are always fun because they have that replayability. I know, is it Until Dawn? Is that the
kind of
where you can? Well, that's the one where you pick there's the 8 kids in the horror thing, right? Yeah. Is that so you can play through it different times? And I mean that replayability makes things like that fun.
You can't make it all there are ways it's going to end.
See, I understand that, but being able to control the story as you go and pick the order,
to find the right route.
I definitely understand that because that's incredibly fun to me too.
Yeah,
so I get that.
Well, that's my topics. So.
All right, so you guys good then?
Yeah.
All right, so thank you so much for watching episode 27 of Uncalled For. Scary, thank you for that Prime sub. If you guys also have a Prime sub and you want to use it, helps out a ton. We need to get new chairs badly, and that's going to be the first upgrade we make, is so we're actually comfortable while we film these. So thank you so much for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it a lot. Episode 27, where every single Monday night we get together and just talk random nonsense on twitch.tv/Huge Media Studios, and we upload the segments 5 days a week with the full show on Friday over on YouTube at youtube.com/Huge Media. But thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Been a blast as always. And I can't see Logan. What one's ending? I think it's that one. We don't have a Tim here. I think he's just dead forever. So I'm doing this every week now. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Been a blast. See you next time.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Peace out.